Hello, good people. I have some pruning to do today. I'm going to start off with this Cuban oregano here. I wanted to keep this one kind of compact and bushy, and I'm not sure why, but the leaves are curling up into little spirals, which I mean is a clear sign of distress, but I'm not sure why. I read online that it could be from too much sun, not enough sun. I think it's getting a pretty perfect amount of sun, so I'm not sure why. But I'm just going to take the whole thing down quite a bit, so it's a lot smaller. And these cuttings, you can just stick right in dirt and they will root up without showing any signs of distress. They're super for propagating, very, very easy. And very fragrant. It does have a very herby, kind of oregano-y smell. But hopefully when these leaves grow back, they'll be less curled and distressed looking. No, it looks super ugly, but hopefully when it grows in, it'll be a lot nicer. I think maybe what I'm going to do also is, I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of the older leaves sort of just packed into the middle, so I'm going to just cut away some of these leaves that are in the middle that are growing right into the center of things, just to give things room to breathe and let some light in and give those newer leaves some chances to grow. Anything kind of growing into the middle, I'm just gonna remove. I think also any leaf that has a stem growing from it, like the new growth, always comes from a dormant bud at the base of the leaf at the node at which it was cut. So now there's all these new stems, and some of them still have leaves coming from the bottom of the stem. I'm just removing those. And I'm sure it will bounce back all right. Although I've said that many times. And killed plants, so if I have a fault, it is over pruning. So fingers crossed that this will be that it'll be okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. It seems like a pretty resilient plant to me. All right. Ugh. That's done. Okay. Next up, I'm gonna do this Coleus. I don't want it to get too leggy because I want to eventually try and grow it into sort of a bonsai shape, and hopefully have some nice dense foliage and branch structure. So it started flowering, I pinched the flower off, and now it's budding out everywhere. I think I'm going to prune it down to here. And this will make a nice new plant too, with lots of new growth. I'm gonna take off those and this, and then I'll just pot that up. All right, and I think I should probably just leave it at that, but I think there's a new little branch coming off here, so I'm gonna prune it down to that. And I don't think I'm going to do anything else because I recently just killed a Coleus from over pruning, which I didn't think was possible, and I don't want to do it again. So much smaller now, sort of fits the pot size a little bit better, and hopefully I can get some back budding and let's see what happens. Dunzo. Final prune job for today is the big Cissus alata. My lovely old plant that my Oma gave me. I recently gave it a grow light on top, so it's getting lots of new growth on top, but I'm on a plant share Facebook group, and some people want some cuttings, so I'm gonna take some cuttings for my online friends. Where? I think anywhere. I'll just take some of the older branches. This is a super resilient plant, and it really seems to adapt well to lots of different conditions. I think I'll take that off here. Something like that. I find that the newer, more vigorous growth gets your cuttings rooted a lot faster, but I kind of want to keep all of that new growth. And as you can see, so this is hanging down, and since moving to this new place about a year ago where the plant is getting a lot less light, it started from all these hanging branches putting out new ones that are going straight up to try and reach for the light. So I think where that's happened, I'll just prune the older part down, cut it off. Not probably the best for making cuttings, but I think I'm a little bit more concerned with the health of the plant than I am with how quickly these cuttings will root. There's a big dead branch back here that I want to remove. I guess it's not big, but it is dead. There's some new growth that I just snapped off, it looks like. That's okay. I think I'll do that. We did already. Do that. This one is super long and old. Oh, and it's got that new growth, so we'll chop it right below where the new branch came off. This planter we named Zazu. Just to say Carly named Zazu. And I don't think any other plant could go in it at this point. Yeah, one day I want to take a really nice close look at this plant and try and get, I guess it's just been growing sort of crazy for, I don't know, 40 years. I want to maybe go in and take a look at the branch structure and see if I can sort of over the years coax it into a more pleasant, less chaotic sort of branch structure, because branches are all coming off at really wild angles. I may as well take a couple more. So we've got lots, and I think the plant will love it as it's bushing out. Save some energy to give to those new shoots. yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that'll be it for this plant today. And that leaves me enough time before picking up the kids to get started on another window shelf. All right. Finito, amigos. So, these are the cuttings I ended up with. I think I got nine cuttings from the grape ivy, 9 from the Cuban oregano, and I just removed all of the lower leaves so that I can stick them in some dirt at some point. And I just kept the one Coleus cutting. The problem is I don't have anywhere to put these. My propagation station is all full of little fellas that some of them are in water, some of them are in soil, but I kind of need to keep them in the kitchen, otherwise I'll forget about them and they'll die. So next. I'm gonna make a shelf. It's 11 o'clock. Gotta pick up the kids at 12. We'll get started. Le Carberve. Le window. Okay. Let's scrap this thing. I don't know about the spaghetti trick. Let's do it. Change plan. Just gonna measure to get the starting point. Okay. We're gonna call that, we'll call it 3/8, 5/8, and 7/8, 3/4, 1 and 9/16 with a 16th jog. We'll call that 3/8, 3/4, 1 and 5/16. Yeah, that's only a 16th. About 7/8. All right. Got the template. Got the exposure all around, but you can tell, I hope, that it's pretty good. It's a bit gappy right there, so I'll make an adjustment, but the time is 11:30. So pickup is actually at not 11, not 12, it's at 11:45. So I'm gonna go and we'll finish this later. So I went ahead and finished the template for the shelf. Scribed on both sides. And the design is such that it just rests on the bottom side of the window, or on the top side of the window pane. And then I just put a couple screws in to hold up the front edge. And an easy peasy, removable plant shelf. And I have to say, I kind of like it. Ready to cut. Yeah.
Do color painting.
You want to do some color painting? That's a good idea.
When you are done.
Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with that fit. Let's see if I can I just need to paint it and screw it up and we're good to go. Alright, it's a couple days later and I was planning on just including a short clip of me painting the shelf, but the fact is, it's a chore that I am very much not looking forward to and don't have a ton of time to do it right now. Especially because the kids really want to help, which is fine, but as you heard maybe in the last clip, Stella really wants to do color painting. And I'm thinking just white. So I'm just going to leave it for now, but you can see it's working great. We've got all the cuttings, the grape ivy cuttings and the Coleus cuttings and the Plectranthus cuttings over there. Great. The nice thing too is this east-facing window gets a little bit more sun up top because there's no screen. I took the screen out of lots of my windows for the winter, but I haven't done this one yet. So on the bottom shelf, I've got all of the little bebes in their dirt, in their soil, getting their footings, and that's good because I'm actually watering these and I want to check up on them. So they're sort of more at eye level. These ones are kind of high, and I think they might get underwatered if it were these guys up here. So I just have everything in water is going to stay up on the top shelf, and that's my setup. Super happy. I can give you a little zoom in of the screws. I just notched out. You can kind of see. So it's sitting on the screw, but to prevent it from wiggling too much, I kind of did that. And I'll probably paint the screws white too along with the shelf. And it's just sitting there. Perfecto. If you happen to be watching, thanks for watching. I'll probably make some more videos over the course of time. Have a good day. I like that thing. Very visually interesting. All right. So long.